Oh, good morning, everybody. Wendy Bill here today. Kind of pan around. We're having a weekend trip out with the family. Do you recognize any of this? If you do, then you've been here before. We're camped at Afton Canyon Campground, and we are out hiking and exploring the canyons out here in Afton Canyon today. And there's Casey. He's never been in a video yet of mine, and he brought his truck with him today. Gets much better fuel mileage than mine.
Oh yeah, that is a...
And there's Whitney today. So we're just out having fun. Okay, the power of our flash floods. You see Whitney standing over there, and she can now reach up and touch the bottom of the bridge. The last time we was here, which was last year, that concrete pillar that the bridge is sitting on, she could barely reach up and touch the top of it. So there's a good
6 feet.
6 feet of fill dirt brought in here from the mud. The embankment you had to go up was much steeper and taller. It just completely filled this up. Beautiful old bridges though. Every bridge is different. Wendy Bill here. That's a big long train. Look me up on Graffiti That Travels the Nation. Wendy Bill's Graffiti It Travels the Nation. It'll be just railroad cars. There's graffiti that goes from one side of the country to the other. Okay, for all you train buffs out there and electronic buffs, does anybody know what that is? Just been installed lately. Wasn't here last time I was here. Here's the cables. Is it like a sonar to determine the water level? It doesn't appear to be a light, although it could be. Not sure. Leave some comments down below about it and we can get a discussion going. You start off at the campground. Flowing through Afton Canyon is the Mojave River. Now the Mojave River is more or less an odd river. It's one of the few rivers that flows away from the ocean. Almost all rivers flow to the ocean, either the Atlantic, Pacific, the Gulf. This flows away from it. But look how green and beautiful this year it is. And this is an area that has a pretty good rock base down lower. So the river doesn't flow much underground. It flows more on top of the surface through here, through Afton Canyon. Fall and spring, really a beautiful place. Summer, hot, very hot. Okay. When you're hiking up in the desert, on the side of the mountain, you come across all sorts of unusual items. Today we came across a cemetery. 5 graves. Everything appears to be old. Probably a family grave sites. Yeah, the small one in the center would have been a child. It's hard to say. It's in Afton Canyon. Good little walk to get to it. Now, one, it could have been an old pioneer wagon train coming through, or the railroad had a watering stop down here at one time, somewhere in here. I think it was called King. So it could have been a family of the people that cared for that. But very interesting. Something you don't run across a lot out here in the desert. Little artifact I just found. It was laying there, had a nice double take on it. But somebody made a homemade tractor muffler, or some sort of muffler for something. Got a rain flap. The way it was sitting in the canyon and rocks covering it, looks like it could have been something that they dropped from an airplane, but it wasn't. Still in Afton Canyon. We'd probably hike down the canyon, up in the different ravines and stuff, probably a good 5 miles. Still looking good. Okay, hiking. Seeing this off in the distance. We was down in the canyon. I was looking up, ran across those muffler and a rim and a barrel. And then we seen this in the distance. Got an old, looks like a Suzuki motorcycle muffler, trail bike, part of a Volkswagen. Looks like could be a frame from a motorcycle. A bicycle rim, truck rim, big heavy cast iron piece. Then you move over here. I apologize about the wind. We're now getting our 35-mile-an-hour winds we're supposed to have. Lots of sheet metal. Lots of junk. That looks like part of an old stove. Not sure what all's up here. Some old mufflers. Got a frame from a vehicle, part of it. Got the back end of a, hard to say, some car, probably from the 40s, 50s. Floor pan from the car. Car still had wood being used in it, so that'll be a good way to date it. Exhaust. Just all sorts of pipes and junk. Now you gotta think about this. We are in Afton Canyon. We've been hiking for several hours now up into the canyon. There's no roads around here. There's the second river crossing for the bridge for the railroad. So more than likely, probably dating back into the 20s, 30s, possibly all the way up into the 60s or 70s. There might have been somebody living up here. I do know the railroad had a watering stop here somewhere. But you wouldn't just haul your junk this far. Okay. You know, if you like this video, comment about it. It's just going to be a mixture of this hike. It's going to be a lot of just miscellaneous shots of everything that we run across today. Probably do another one tomorrow of another area. But we're going to probably do about an 8-hour loop. As long as we're back before dark, we don't care. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos that we produce. Thank you very much. You know, hiking up this canyon today, look at the power of the water. Water that came over this little waterfall and dug that hole. That's a good, probably 4 feet deep. And washed down here. Now we've had what they consider a 1,000-year storm of rainfall in the Mojave Desert, Death Valley. And I'll tell you, the water in this canyon it was pretty deep.
Definitely reset.
Yeah, factory reset for sure.
And just came down and washed everything. Find a wheelbarrow, razorback wheelbarrow. Broken handles, it came down this flood. Got some tin from something, don't know what. And look at that beautiful mountain. It's the way the water washes those little streaks and crevices in it. Really interesting canyon. Now we did have to do a little bit of work up because if you look there, where Casey's at is a little trail road, and that's about a 20-foot drop off. Where you see the little shadow develop, that's where it drops. Okay, well, we're going to start down this canyon. I'm going to keep you folks on camera for a bit. quite a ways up. We've probably got a good 5 miles back to the campsite truck. And by the way, anybody need a good used wheelbarrow? Got one for sale. You have to pick it up on site though. A little rough, but you can get here. There's the road right there. It's going to keep you going while we're heading down this canyon. Give you an idea what it's like. Look at this awesome rock Casey just found. Crystal clear and white.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at that. Through the sunlight. Wow. That's pretty cool.
It isn't.
Yeah, and you got that one there. Yep. And of course Whitney is looking at another rock. What she doesn't know is that rock is just the tip of probably a 3-foot diameter rock.
Last time it was, and it was a chunk of coal that don't hold the size of that face.
Yeah. I tell you about canyons like this. Because we've got a good 35-mile-an-hour wind behind us, not going to get too close, but this is what happens in these canyons. When the water comes down, it finds a waterfall and just digs it out. And this has been here for years because the road that we are following is right here. This road was cut in by a piece of heavy equipment, so you know there used to be mines up here. This whole area of behind Afton Canyon over the years were mined, especially during the war, before the war. Okay, we're at the bridge further down, as you can hear the echo. But look at the date, 1931. On both sides. Quite old. 2 bridges, 1 concrete, 1 the old steel. Just by looking at it, it looks like At one time, they had to double track this and had to replace a bridge for some reason.
Okay.
All right.